Welcome back to today's economic news. I'm your host, John. Today, we delve into a gripping story that has swept through the geopolitical landscape like a storm shaking the very core of international relations and foreign policy. It's the stunning capture of Venezuela's Nicolás Maduro by U.S. forces shortly after a critical meeting with a Chinese envoy. You might be wondering, why should this make your blood boil? Well, stay with me as we unravel the complexities woven into this dramatic series of events. Imagine this: a sovereign nation rich in oil and resources finds itself once again at the center of a global power struggle. The U.S. historically has had its sights set on Venezuela, largely due to its vast oil reserves, a key to geopolitical influence. With the rise of Hugo Chavez in 1999 and subsequently Nicolás Maduro, Venezuela tilted towards leftist ideologies, increasingly aligning itself with Chinese interests. China, through its Belt and Road Initiative, soon became a financial lifeline for Venezuela, supplying the country with significant investments. But this burgeoning relationship also stoked tensions with Washington. The U.S. eyed these developments with suspicion, accusing Maduro's administration of corruption and human rights abuses, allegations that only added more fuel to an already volatile dynamic. Now, let's dig deeper into today's explosive situation. On a Friday, mere hours before the U.S. executed a military strategy resulting in Maduro's capture, he was meeting with Chinese envoy Chu Xiaoqi, a clear signal of strengthening Sino-Venezuelan ties. Following this move, President Trump held discussions with Ambassador David Perdue, mind you, the same evening, paving the way for military action. Here lies the heart of the narrative: a clandestine meeting, international alliances laid bare, and an ensuing military strike. These events transpired in swift succession, each action feeding into the next, like dominoes falling in an orchestrated power play. To break down the numbers, the fact is Maduro's cozy alignment with China was happening right outside the doors of a traditional U.S. sphere of influence, guided by the Monroe Doctrine. Now, if we anchor this fact in a relatable context, imagine if in your neighborhood, a rival set up shop outside your window boasting their new joint venture. It would stir unrest, wouldn't it? That's global politics 101, demonstrating the tension of watching an adversary gain ground on your turf. And Trump's immediate, almost reflexive decision to engage militarily not only underscores an impulsive foreign policy, but also questions the competent exercise of diplomacy. I have a very good relationship with Xi, and there's not going to be a problem. They're going to get oil, Trump assured in the wake of these events. But does it sit right with you? The disconnect between the ease of his statement and the gravity of military intervention is palpable. As we traverse deeper, we encounter the stark divergence of narratives. The mainstream yarn spun around this situation touts the U.S. offensive as a valiant effort to thwart drug trafficking and uplift democratic ideals. Yet, the skeptical eye sees beyond, perceiving a grander scheme at play: geopolitical rivalries, energy resource acquisition, and a means to curb China's burgeoning influence. Aren't these actions reminiscent of an empire reaching beyond its grasp, leveraging might over dialogue? Now brace yourself for the libertarian perspective, a thread unraveling the core tenets of inflation, incompetence, and liberty. The military interventions speak volumes about governmental priorities. Funds channeled into defense siphon resources away from essential services, ushering in inflation and increased taxes, a burden shouldered by regular citizens like you and me. The reliance on such force reveals a staggering failure of governance, an inability to navigate the waters of diplomacy, culminating in prolonged conflicts and exacerbated economic hardships. And the irony? The very act of imposing governance in nations like Venezuela strips the essence of autonomy and liberty, turning citizens into subjects of foreign-imposed rule, a grim portrayal of self-determination being trampled under geopolitical boots. In closing, today's highlight isn't just a fleeting news bite. It maps out a trajectory tightly interwoven with themes of control, power, and the subtle erosion of freedoms. If you find yourself questioning why these scenarios recast the future of the American dream, then you're not alone. This interplay of forces beckons a call to action. If you're tired of paying for their mistakes and witnessing the slow unraveling of economic common sense, then hit subscribe. I'm John, signing off until next time. Keep questioning, keep vigilant, and let's navigate these turbulent economic seas together.